All right, this is the TZG speed test between the Redmi K20 Pro, the Xiaomi Mi 9, and the Oppo Reno 10x Zoom Edition. 3 Snapdragon 855 phones up against each other. Starting with the boot test, it's not going to affect you very much during daily usage, but it will give us an idea of how quick the operating system loads from the memory in these phones. All of these phones have a Snapdragon 855 processor, and they are all carrying the same 6 GB of RAM. They are also all carrying 128 GB of storage. So the app opening test is going to test how quickly these phones can deal with this extreme load. Now, this is not how you're going to use the phone in daily usage, but it will give us an idea just how well these phones manage their RAM. All of these phones have the same processor, the same amount of RAM, and the same amount of storage, 128 GB. Something that may also affect the power and the usage of RAM on the phone is the screen size. Powering the screen takes a lot of energy from the processor. Now, actually, the resolution of all of these screens is the same, 1080 by 2340. But the Oppo does have a slightly bigger screen overall. Considering that all of these phones are so similarly spec'd, essentially the difference in times here is going to be mostly down to 2 things: the operating system and also how cool can these phones keep. The cooler a phone can keep, the less it has to throttle the processor, although opening apps, it may not be a big deal either way. In any case, I don't expect a huge difference between these phones, but round 1 is in, and actually I'm surprised that the Xiaomi Mi 9 has won this round. It's actually beaten the Redmi K20. The Redmi K20 being such a new phone, literally brand new out the box this thing. I've updated the operating system to the latest version. I've updated the apps on all the phones so that everything is running on the latest version. But the Redmi K20 being a new phone, there may be a lot of apps that may not be fully optimized for that phone. But wow, the Oppo Reno has come out of nowhere and it is absolutely obliterated that second round. 149 all in. Incredible score. And look at that, the K20 is in second place. The Mi 9, first round winner, last round loser. But hey, look at these scores. They are pretty much exactly the same. The test was done 3 times to average out the times just in case of human error. Here are the average scores. I love doing the Wi-Fi download speed test on the TZG speed test because essentially if the phone isn't good at downloading data from the internet, you're in big trouble. But look, these 3 phones using the same connection, the same internet, obviously at slightly different times just in case they affected each other, but the download and the upload speeds across all of these phones, you've got to say, is pretty much exactly the same. Although the P30 from Huawei isn't included in this test for a couple of reasons, that usually scores higher than any other phone. Xiaomi say that the Redmi K20 has a brand new 7th generation under-screen fingerprint sensor that is quicker than before, and it can unlock the phone in 0.8 seconds. It's up against the Mi 9 here. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, you have to say it is quicker. How about up against the Oppo Reno? You know that the Reno has a super quick fingerprint sensor and it's quicker than the Mi 9 for sure. Just once more, 3, 2, 1, go. The Reno is definitely quicker than the Mi 9, but how about, is it quicker than the K20? It seemed quicker there. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I don't know about this one. 3, 2, 1, go. I think the Reno may be a bit quicker. All right, let's get scientific about this. 240 frames per second slow-mo. Bang. You can see the Redmi K20 Pro is definitely quicker than the Xiaomi Mi 9. Let's zoom in on that. Definitely, you can see it. It's definitely an improvement over the Xiaomi Mi 9. And this is a test I never thought I'd be doing on the channel. This is a pop-up camera speed test. It looks like the Oppo Reno just wins it over the Redmi K20 Pro. If you're doing face unlocking or you want to take a quick selfie, there's not too much in it. Let's get down to simultaneous app opening. Weibo, China's version of Facebook, and they loaded virtually at the same time. There's going to be no difference in daily usage here. This is a web-based app, really. Let's move on to a different app. 3, 2, 1, go. This is Bilibili, Chinese version of YouTube. Maybe the K20 just stole it there. But again, daily usage, you're not going to see any real difference here whatsoever. Let's move on to Baidu. It's another web-based app. Should be really, really quick, this one. And they've all loaded the same advert. Phones in China have so many adverts, it's so annoying. Maybe the Mi 9 just won that one. But again, there's nothing in it. And let's move on to the important one, PUBG. Which phone will load this quicker? You saw the Oppo Reno just went into the game quicker, just loaded the screen a little bit quicker. But again, there's nothing in it. This is the warning from the Chinese government telling you that you shouldn't play games. Thank you very much for that. And the Oppo definitely won that round. It was not even a quarter of a second in the loading times between these. If you want to see PUBG comparisons between the K20 Pro and the Xiaomi Mi 9, stay tuned and stay subscribed. And 2-2 scores, and the Mi 9 stays the champion. Trust me, I ran this test many times to get the best results on each phone. But so interesting, you can see the CPU on the K20 beats the Mi 9, but the GPU on the Mi 9 beats the K20. These are the same GPU and CPU. It's the Snapdragon 855. The Oppo coming just behind on both scores. All right, so what do we take from those results? I think in daily usage, you will not see a blind bit of difference between the speed of these phones. The K20 and the Mi 9, both from Xiaomi, they're both going to give you virtually the same experience. If you want a bezel-less display, go with that one, but you're going to have to deal with a pop-up camera. The K20 is by far the cheapest phone. The Oppo Reno is expensive, way more expensive than both of these phones. Almost double the price of the Redmi K20 Pro. That's in China anyway. Prices will vary per market, but with the Oppo, you're also getting that really great camera at the back there, that zoom camera that you just don't get on either the Mi 9 or the Redmi K20. Bang for your buck, it's the K20. It's the cheapest, and it's pretty much the same as both of the other phones.